What a pretty day. Good morning. Today the fur buyer is coming to town. So I gotta take this thing off of the board, fluff him up a little bit. This is that beaver I did not too long ago. Fluff him up a little bit and gather what few furs I have and together, and I'm hoping he'll meet me in town. He wrote to me with a text here not too long ago saying he might be in town instead of clear out the other side where I normally meet him. Boy, I'm betting it's 30 miles or more, so 60-mile round trip. If I can save that gas, it would be good. Anyway, get this thing untacked and get some furs together. One downside to putting them on a board like this instead of on a hoop is that the hair kind of squishes down against the board. They're not quite as fluffy, but you can kind of fluff them up again. Dave Morelli, he doesn't like these pictures. He calls them hero pictures. But I don't agree. You got to have an end of the season picture. I got 2 fox still in the freezer, and I think a beaver. I'm not positive on that. Plus 4 more wolves and Cindy's bear from other years. These, well, actually, I think they were from this year. These wolves I got out of the freezer, they've been in there the longest. The only one I didn't get is that coyote there, right square in the middle. That one was given to me. Should be able to take a still off of that. Well, the fur buyer just left. I got pretty much what I expected. Grand total of $205. That coyote, remember everybody was saying that I should be out chasing coyotes and trapping for them? No. $10. $10 for that coyote. I have 2 fox I didn't get out of the freezer. They're still in there. They're definitely going to the tannery. But the 2 I did sell, the pair of them sold for $45. The one was kind of a cross fox and kind of a pretty one. He should have brought that by himself. But $45 for 2 fox. The muskrats, I was expecting $2, and that's pretty much what I got. I had 16 of them. I got $30, so just barely under $2 a piece. The 4 beaver, I got $30 a piece for those. So those come to $120 for a grand total of $205. But I had fun doing it. So that's $205 I can put towards getting those wolves tanned. So anyway, the paper came today when I was down there. I got something about Chief Tendoy. I haven't read that yet. And Chief Tendoy's daughter, it looks like. That might be kind of interesting. But right now, my favorite part of the paper, and it's a big, thick newspaper. My favorite part of the paper is early days in Limhi County. So, the best one on here was 130 years ago. It says, "Pack my box with 5 dozen liquor jugs" is a sentence containing every letter of the alphabet. Kind of neat. But the funny one is, let's see, where is it? I like the way they wrote back then. A fistic encounter took place on Saturday night in the Combination Saloon between Jim Dowling and Bob Perry, during which both men got their beauty spoiled, temporarily at least. Both men were arrested on a charge of disturbing the peace and taken before Judge Elder Monday, when they both pled guilty. Dowling was fined $20 and costs amounting to $3.75, while Perry was fined $10 and the same amount of costs. So I'm guessing Dowling threw the first punch. 90 years ago, Dean Jenkins, who conducts the Sharkey Hot Springs near Tendoy, broke his leg last Saturday at the knee joint when he jumped off his horse in front of his home. The leg had been broken twice before, so the experience was not new for Mr. Jenkins. He was alone at the springs at the time, so he managed to tie a saw which he had been carrying to the injured leg by means of shoelaces and his handkerchief. By means of this crude splint, he managed to hobble to his horse, hanging onto the horn of his saddle and guiding the horse by holding the reins in his teeth. He was discovered the next day by Gus Swanson, a neighbor. The injured man was brought to Salmon, where his leg was placed in a cast. He is now getting around town on crutches. And then the last one, 50 years ago. The Salmon State Liquor Store was broke into sometime Saturday night, and a selective thief took 3 bottles of vodka. Anyway, I thought they were kind of fun.